The movement is the same as it was 58 years ago with the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., and so is the message.
It's important because Dr. King was here and Dr. King secured the Voting Rights Act of 1965. This is a continuation of that effort. We are here to protect what Dr. King secured.
We came to strategize, organize, and mobilize.
This year's March on Washington is aimed at reversing changes to the Voting Rights Act of 1965 made by the U.S. Supreme Court in a 2013 decision.
It's a racist system. It's a system that wasn't built for fairness or equality. So our votes matter.
With gerrymandering and voter suppression and the different things that a certain party is doing to keep people from being able to vote easily, they're stripping American citizens from a basic right.
This year, several Republican-controlled state legislators have passed bills that tighten the rules around casting ballots and running elections. Supporters of the new laws say they are necessary to prevent election fraud, and that the John R. Lewis Advancement Act of 2021, which would restore elements of the Voting Rights Act of 1965 and recently passed the U.S. House, is unnecessary.
So there's no threat to the voting rights law. It's against the law to discriminate in voting on the basis of race already, and so I think it's unnecessary.
We haven't had fraud in this country in elections since probably the turn of the previous century. The last election, there was almost zero voter fraud. This is just an excuse to take away our right to vote.
Protesters here were pushing for several new laws that they say will help protect voters' access to ballots.
If it were possible to eliminate gerrymandering, to make it easier for people to register to vote, to make it easier for people who don't have identification to get an ID card.
Along with voting rights, many here were also demanding that elected officials push for Washington, D.C. statehood.
140 organizations organized this march, during which members of Congress, along with Martin Luther King III, vowed to protect democracy, make D.C. a state, and ensure fair and easy access to the ballot box. Saqib Al Islam, VOA News, Washington.